actually really just SEA versus Latin America. So here we go for elimination. Both of these teams' tournament life will be on the line. The map will be Cursed Hollow.
Cursed Hollow, a bigger battleground that I believe we got to see a little bit more in depth of a last match even too. So we'll see if Furious are able to bring it around this time. Already bans are coming out, and Jaina and Zeratul being eliminated so far. Some pretty standard bans here, I would say.
Yeah, the question is, where does Uther fit into this picture? Where does Leoric, Johanna? These seem to be the very, very strong picks so far. Now, when it comes to Cursed Hollow, a very large battleground, a lot of space between the lanes. Really want to make sure that you have control of those, get that level lead, but more importantly, have control over those skirmishes, over the tributes, and as well, we saw that the bosses were playing a big factor into that last game as well.
Wow, we're going to see Furious Gaming the first pick Uther going into this one. And that means that Leoric, Johanna, they have to split sides. Relics, if they pick both of those up, it will be tricky. Both of them don't really have damage in the sense that you have much of the Black King, yes, but it's also set up reliant, and they will go with the Johanna first. There's also a couple of viable picks for Relics. Zagara is a fantastic hero on this map. You can also expect a few possible interesting plays coming out from Kilthas, which is still not banned yet.
The question is, what are those damages that Relics really tries to set their sights on? We saw even the Lost Vikings, a strong hero pickup on this battleground in particular, but maybe not going to see that, especially with this Vala pickup as well. I think it's a safe choice, really just trying to stay flexible as they move into the second half of that draft.
Yeah, Vala's extremely safe, and the nice thing about her is sometimes we call her the wingman, the ultimate wingman, because she just fits so well into a lot of different compositions. So far with Johanna and Vala, Relics not really showing their hand yet. We'll see if Furious does the same before the second round of bans, as they have two more pickups here. With that Uther, sometimes we do see more aggression in terms of like a melee assassin, but Furious Gaming not super known for running that. We'll see if they change their minds. So far, they do have Leoric, so like you mentioned, Babel, splitting them up between the teams.
Yes, and also picking Johanna on the side of Relics is really just a bit of a, you could say, phobia maybe against melee assassins. With the Shugler, that's going to try and buy a little bit more time. Vala, very consistent pick in SEA, very, very standard hero. Everyone in SEA loves Vala. We, in fact, pick her up in the first phase, which is really important to note. Furious Gaming will finish up the draft here with Nazeebo in the first picking phase. Leoric, Nazeebo, great setup there. We've seen Revenant Spirit into Entomb before. Not really sure if Furious Gaming is going to go in the direction, but Kilthas will get banned out at the end, and Zagara gets banned out. So no Zagara moving forward.
Yeah, we see those two heroes taken out. The Nazeebo pick, I'd call it bold. They're picking it into Johanna, probably one of the best warriors for being able to take away that Ravenous Spirit play. And as awesome as it would be to see that into Ravenous Spirit, are they even going to be able to get that set up? And with Tyrande entering the mix, especially the level 7 upgrade, Lunar Blaze to increase the range, there's going to be very few opportunities for Nazeebo to get that off. So very likely to be Gargantuan, I would think.
Yeah, there is a little bit more look into Tyrande. She's a support, but she's also really just a mix of a lot of things. She does a ton of damage, especially when you look at her trait, the Hunter's Mark, which does make an enemy vulnerable. They take more damage. Pair that with Vala, who will be able to throw damage on top, and they've got a really good ability to try to burst someone down.
It's interesting because we see Tyrande as well as Vala doing a lot of damage in this particular lineup. Johanna also being picked up. It leaves me to wonder, are we going to see Karazim? And yes, we are. The bald guy there is going to mean a lot of damage. You're seeing 7-sided strike being very viable at the current meta as well. Tyrande is going to help with a little bit of heal, so Karazim doesn't really need to really go for the Echo of Heaven. But he should go for it, because at the end of the day, you want to have those extra heals here against Furious Gaming.
Another really smart pick with the Karazim, especially paired with the Tyrande, like you were mentioning, Babel. And they know that Furious Gaming is showing that propensity for having multiple warriors. Karazim is great for baiting those warrior, that front line in, punishing them with that 7-sided strike, which deals 7%. It's a total of that life pool, which is very large on those warriors. Can really chunk that down and really start your engagement off very poorly. And they are going to go into that. They say, we see the Karazim, we're going to take the Anubarak and the Sonya.
Anubarak, Sonya, and Leoric. Once again, triple tank coming out from Furious Gaming. They're going to have such a strong front line to protect that Nazeebo. But protect him they will definitely need to do, because he really is the only damage dealer back there. I mean, Sonya, don't get me wrong, Sonya and Leoric do fantastic damage, but it's Nazeebo that they'll definitely be protecting.
It could also be a possible Revenant Spirit at this stage because you're looking at 3 warriors setting up the stage really well. To run this, Lunar Flare cannot be used easily. You have to save that as a huge counter against Revenant Spirit. There's a lot of speculation going on, but the last pick will be a double tank, and it will be Muradin, Johanna for Relics. Now, Furious Gaming is one of the most consistent triple warrior team we've seen today. And I would say for sure that they played it really well. But the tricky part about Triple Warrior at the end of the day is that you need to have those kind of mechanics to execute so you have the damage. They've got the Brawlers, they've got Anubarak as well as Sonya. But can they bring the pain?
So what this looks like to me, Furious Gaming is picking what they feel comfortable with. Again, they have their backs to the wall. This is an elimination match. You lose this series, and you are out for your chance to BlizzCon. And I think they're just going with something that feels very comfortable. We heard them say before their first series, we're going to pick something, we're going to throw our opponents off. I think this is probably not the case here. They're going for that standard pick, but Relics has completely devised a strategy to just 100% counter it, in my opinion.
Fantastic. Gilly, which lineup do you favor right now?
I'm really liking Relics between the Kharazim and the 7-sided strike, and then also the fact that they have that Tyrande too to help burn down a warrior, take them down very quickly, even though they do have those large health pools. I gotta give it to Relics. I like the look of this composition.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 between Relics and Furious Gaming is gonna start right now. Make some noise! Kurstala will be the battleground. And both of these teams, they need this win right here. Game number 1 will be very important because it sets the tone straight.
It absolutely does. Here in the blue is Team Relics representing Singapore. We have Relizer on Vala, Trinity playing Tyrande, Mur on Muradin, Zace playing that Kharazim, and Revenant will be playing Johanna.
And on the red team, give it up for Furious Gaming. Kobu will be your Uther. Ansandro's onto that Anubarak. Need onto Sonya. Guilo will be playing as that Nazeebo, and Leoric will be played by Bishop.
Now, I did say I really like the Relics composition, but I do like Furious that they have Nazeebo and Leoric because they're going to be really nice for trying to control those tribute battles. Nazeebo has fantastic poke, and especially with his spiders, his corpse spiders, which can delay for a long period of time. We even have beetles coming out as a beetle build starting to unfold from Anubarak.
Well, the standard pick here for Leoric will have to be much of the Black King because of the damage requirement. But Sonya, if Sonya's played correctly, maybe you can look towards Leoric for a little bit more of the setup and hold that down. Lunar Flare gonna connect Bishop. Already a lot of trouble there, but Mer's in front, and Bishop is taken out.
Bishop out so quickly here. The first blood already going down, not even a minute into this battle already. And now we've got a very good push happening for Furious here on bottom because they do have so many warriors, and they have Nazeebo, who is great in terms of being able to lane and push lanes. They can protect him while still being able to try to get towers down, get that early experience lead.
Realizer's definitely going to need help here at the bottom lane because you have so much more trouble coming in, and you need to have Furious hold out the aggression. 3 of them at the bottom lane is going to be a lot of damage. Nazeebo is there with some specialist power, so she will be able to take down the structures really easily. Meanwhile, if you look at this, Johanna does a bit of a rotation, but will not be able to get anything done.
In the top lane, we have Kharazim trying to lane against Leoric, and he is very good. His Skeletal Swing deals extra damage to minions, and so that is going to mean that he's going to be very effective in pushing this lane here. And in the bottom, though, that has been the concern, as there's been such a strong push there that Relics have had to rotate people in, trying to push them back a little bit and off of their structures.
The benefit of having 3 warriors in this map here for Furious Gaming is that they have Leoric on the top lane. Leoric, you know, he's a great, fantastic wave clear. He will be able to take out the waves really well, and that means that the lane is being pressured against Relics. Mid lane, Anubarak's not really the best wave clear, but in the comparison against Johanna, I think he's still going to be pretty okay. Johanna does have a bit of a lead there, but Anubarak is going to be able to hold off the aggression quite well.
Yeah, and as he starts to get more of the beetle build developed, that will also help with the laning too. I really like Furious's pickup, by the way, on Uther, grabbing that reach talent because they know that the fight's going to be pretty spread out, especially with 3 warriors up front and then a Nazeebo in back. Being able to have that extra range on his Holy Light will really be able to help them out. Look at this steal here.
May not be possible. Need is here already on Thunder from behind, and there goes the Whirlwind. And Relics, they have to bail out. Kobu swings by for a nice stun, and there goes the extra multi-shot. Is not going to do much of a damage. The rest of Furious Gaming is going to cap that Siege Giant, and will be chasing Revenant. Revenant in a lot of trouble. Condemn, not what you want. You don't want the zombies in your face, but there's nothing Jonah can do there.
Now, Zombie Wall was absolutely fantastic. we have our first tribute spawning, and it's up top, and because of that strange fight down in the bottom, actually, nobody really here quite yet except for Zaze and Bishop, but we're having the rotation in now. Zaze getting caught out. They had the Radiant dash away, but he wasn't able to do so.
The problem here with Zaze is he doesn't have the Echo Heaven, and that's it. Underbrook is going to get taken out. Reliza is going to buy some time, but Nid and Bishop, they're just so tanky. They will have the ability to set up a perimeter here for defense. There's Nid, there's Go, but the whole team swings by, and in terms of a lead, Relics is currently almost one level lead.
A new Barak now just respawning. It looks like they might not try to poke and stop this until he can get back. Relics will be able to pick up the first tribute here on their way to getting a curse.
And yes, it is going to be the Beetle build for Underbrook, and Sonya's looking for the Seismic Slam. Lyric, he does have Hardened Bones as well as Reanimation, so that's pretty okay for him. He's looking to tank it up, and will not be surprised if he actually goes for the extra lockdown on Entomb here.
On the other side, Murden is also going for the Reverberation build, so trying to slow down those auto attacks is going to be very nice versus especially Sonya, but just the fact that they've got such a strong, like, the warrior composition, it's going to be really nice to be able to slow that down, control that battle, so Relics have time to be able to take out those heroes.
Relics, as usual, very, very systematically going to this camps immediately, trying to make sure that they have some extra pressure on those lanes. Furious Gaming response in kind. The next tribute is going to spawn within the next 2 minutes. And here we got Revenant at mid lane against Alessandros. They just really discipline both of these teams here, making sure that the heroes that are staying in the respective lane, try to make sure that they exert enough pressure there.
Yeah, teams really like to go between the curses, or the tributes, immediately go and start picking up the Merc camps, so that, and their hope is they'll be pushing while they're fighting at the tribute. So they'll win the fight at tribute, and all the time a lane's been being pushed, maybe even taking down a tower to start putting them ahead in experience, because Relics, they're already there.
Oh, hold that thought. Luna Flare connecting on Nid. It's going to be okay. I'd like to bring attention to Karazim's build right here. It's Transcendence, as well as Protective Shield and Cleanse. This is a utility Karazim. He's not looking to do a lot of damage or extra kills on Echo Heaven. And hold that thought. Another Luna Flare, not really connecting. Revenant swings by, and he goes in for the Condemn. Now we have Underbrook a little bit of trouble here in the last few hits. And Among Us and Goku is in this game right now. He's riding on a cloud, chasing after that Uther. We're looking for more damage. Kobu is going to go down.
Lunar Flare was able to catch him, and Uther will fall 2 down on the side of Furious just as the next tribute is spawning, and Relics will be able to pick that up again, which means already they are 2 in. Another one, if Furious lets them have it, it's going to be a curse against them, and actually we see the Zemo getting caught out.
Yes, the zombie wall not the most effective. I think she kind of decided, okay, this is my place here. I like to place my tomb.
Safety bubble right there. You don't come in here, I'll leave you alone, but Relics weren't content to do that.
I think they've got too much resources there by Relics to really allow that to happen. But now we've got level 8 on both sides, almost 6 minutes in terms of tribute to the Relics and none to Furious Gaming. The next one will be tricky. They don't have a level lead, and if they have the contest, that one there, Relics might be level 10 already.
Yeah, you do not want to contest a tribute when you don't have your heroic abilities. Basically, if that can happen, if Relics can pick those up, they're basically going to have to just let Relics have the curse, and that is not something you want to do. I think we saw that earlier.
It's kind of interesting to see Burden going for Reverberation build into what looks like a possible perfect storm, or rather the Stormbolt hitting 2 targets, on level 7, because there is not a lot of right-click damage heroes on the side of Furious Gaming. It seems to be this is just making sure Sonya doesn't land much of a right-click damage in between those slams. Sonya is looking for increased range on Ancient Spear, as well as those Seismic Slam damages coming out at level 13 and 16. Well, what's going to happen here, Billy?
Well, we've got heroic abilities being picked up, and the tribute is about to spawn. Furious still half a level away from the heroic abilities, so I'm not sure that they'll choose to contest this. It looks like they're trying to poke, but it would be a long time that they would have to contest until they could pick up their heroic abilities. They're pretty close if they could just deny, but now here comes the team to zone away Leoric Lee, and 7-sided strike just melts Leoric.
Goku on the golden pick, dropping the SSS right there. And Sandro's pulling back out. Reliza going for the tribute. This may just be a huge problem for Furious Gaming, but they're level 10, and the talent's also getting picked up.
And got their heroic abilities, but they're going to have the defense of their life. Here we go into a team fight. Starball is down.
And we have a little bit extra to you onto that Anubarak. We still see Reliza poking. Stumbolt connecting. And Sandro is going to go down here.
Already one hero down and trying to get this defense, as even if Relics just choose to push here and kind of just deny them, delay them, they've got a good push happening up top, but a pretty good defense so far despite the fact that they did lose a new Barak. They've got Leoric up top, he's saving those structures. The bottom was pushed so well for them because they had a mercenary camp there, so really it's just now starting to push. Mid though, mid's gonna be tough. They might lose this fort here, but wow, it might not even be that. They might be able to really sustain through this curse.
And that's really well done by Furious Gaming. They forced the engagement outside the fort, which means the Starfall's being used already, and that means not enough damage on those structures. You have Leoric top lane defense. But bottom lane, the mercenary camp, like you said, Gilly, was doing all the work for Furious Gaming, and the first curse may actually be a bit of a waste here.
We have Entomb picked up for Leoric, so it won't be the March of the Black King, but if they could use the Entomb, then they could throw the Gargantuan in. They can also have Sonya go in with the Wrath of the Berserker and start just wailing away on whomever is caught inside there.
This is really absolute lockdown. You're looking at a tomb. If it's properly played, what's going to happen is you're going to see two monsters inside. One Gargantuan, the other one is Sonya. Wrath of the Berserker, she's going to slam and say, Mummy's home right now.
Lots and lots of damage there indeed. Now we've got Wraithwalk as Bishop trying to get away here, but they're going after him. The 7-sided strike once again. Leoric cannot get away from that.
There is no way you're running from Goku with the SSS. Bishop will take the fall right there. Level 13 against 11 right now. Relics has the level lead. You're looking at straight off cooldown. It could be a possible fight here again. Here comes Wrath of the Berserker, and the Divine Shield is going to make some help as well. Trinity pulls right back, but Neat is caught out, and here comes Leoric. Respawn, Starfall, buying a lot of time. Sandros is going to lead the fray, but Neat is going to be okay. The rest of the team is going to be fine. Heroics were blown out, but no one went down there.
Starfall did a great job of zoning, but it's over now, and Furious does not want to quit this aggression. He had to have Fourth Toss away, but there comes the Pierce, and you can see there is the Sentinel dealing damage.
And there goes the Blast Shield. Reliza stays alive somehow. Neat needs to pull back out, and he's dropping very low. Sonya of the Warwick staying alive. Someone connecting on two. Lunaflare follow-up. The beat-on is gone. Kobu in a lot of trouble. Will take the fall. Guido pulling back out.
Man, Relics just biding their time there, waiting for the perfect place to engage. Even with Starfall down, they were still able to turn that fight like a Ferrari and take out two members so far on the side of Furious Gaming. Now what will they choose to do? They're going to rotate around. They need to be able to clear out this lane, but there's plenty of mercenaries down for them to be able to pick up and start getting pressure back in their lanes.
10 minutes in, and we're looking at a 2-level lead for Relics. They are looking very strong right now, but the structure still look intact. And what this means is that it's still possible for Furious Gaming to come back into this game. They have a lot of advantages post-level 13 and 16 because those talent options will really help Sonya in terms of damage.
Now, Vala didn't pick up Giant Killer at 13. She did get Frost Shot, but that's going to be really nice in terms of trying to kite all of those warriors that have been picked up by Furious Gaming. If she can throw that out, they're going to have a really difficult time either trying to disengage or even trying to engage into the team. It's really a lot of control from Relics, which is pretty standard for them.
Starting at ground zero right now. Tribute count 0 against 0. Lunaflare follow-up really nicely. Starfall coming by the end. Tip catching Trinity and Reliza. We're looking for more stats from Revenant. He's going to buy some time. Strafe coming out as well. That means Smurf, he needs to pull right back.
Trinity still being chased down by Nit, and she's Wrath of the Berserker, but a Lunaflare stops her into the 7th strike, and Sonya is now down.
And we have Leoric using the Wraith Walk. It's bailout time. Furious Gaming, they need to get out of this one. Mur with Avatar, he is also going to be fine. Nazebo takes the fall from behind, and that is also going to be it. We have the tribute going towards Relics.
4 for 4 tributes, almost 3-level lead up. They're nearly about to pick up level 16 talents, and they're going after a boss. They have Tyrande. They've got that Hunter's Mark, so they can take that out really, really quickly. Looking at Sonya's talent, we do have a lot of focus on her Ancient Spear talent, so they're going to be able to reduce cooldown and then be able to just try to use that to gain some fury so that she can use it into the lane.
It's kind of surprising not going for the full-on Seismic Slam build. That means that even with Wrath of the Berserker up, you're not looking for those slam damages. I think it's because of positioning problems so far. We have the extra Burning Rage up on the Anubarak, and that's really important because Anubarak's always going in, setting up the fight really well. Boss Cam going towards Relic. They're also level 16 right now, and that would be interesting to see that we've got a full-fledged Tyrande with a Sentinel build right there.
I love the Sentinel build. We do have that here, so we also have the ability for the Sentinel to just go through multiple members there and be able to deal with more damage. The further it flies, it's going to continue to deal more damage. If they can catch somebody from a long range, which you can totally do on this battleground, and you know where they're going to be at with that too, right? They're going to be at these different objectives like the tribute.
Yes, and this also means that Relics, they have 2 tributes up and 2 bosses up as well. They also pick up on the break. The Beetle flies to the moon and kisses face down first. We've got a boss knock in the top lane pretty well. The rest of Fierce Gaming, they're pretty angry, but here comes Goku from behind. Zace is not afraid. This is not a support. It's here for damage. We got Guido pulling back, but the stuff is going to slow him. Little Flare connecting as well, and the Divine Shield being used. There may not be a kill. We'll see. Guido dropping very low. SSS, and Goku is going to get out. I actually forgot his real name. It's actually Karazim here.
The Karazim did so much damage, as did the Pierce like we saw. Nazebo is now down. Not really much of a defense here. We have Leoric going down on top of it. Only Sonya and Uther remaining. Anubarak is back up, but Relics have a very, very full boss. They're going to continue to push on in. They're going to be able to get a keep here and get catapults pushing in the lane.
It may also be the game-ending moment. Leoric in just under 10 seconds, considering the fact he's got that extra undead growth talent right there. We have got Sandros pulling right back, the boss going into the core, but Relics will pull back out.
Yeah, it would have been a risky move there. The respawn timer is pretty low in the terms of Furious Gaming there. So instead, Relics have the ability, though, to continue to rotate around and take all of the advantages that are available on this battleground. Stealing bruisers here, tributes down on the bottom, even bruisers back on their map. But if they can go get this tribute, it will be a curse. So we're going to go out into a fight.
Oh, there goes the SSS buying some time. But Karazim, the end 2 fails miserably. Zace is going to be all right. And from behind, we got Revenant swinging by Mergems directly into the action. And Reliza pops the straight, looking for some damage. Divine Shield being popped as well.
Yeah, Divine Shield already down in this fight, but for Pro Charge back in, they're trying to get Revenant so hard, but it's so difficult to take down Johanna, and in fact, the Auric goes down. Now Sonya is in the middle of a whole bunch of members, and 2 down, 3 falling for Furious Gaming.
Guilo completely not helping a teammate there. The zombie wall made sure that Sonya is going to go down at least. Gobu is going to try and dish us some heals, but Guilo getting some extra stun from the Tyrande. Trinity's Tyrande so far very much on point.
And Trinity plays an amazing Tyrande, and those Sentinels have been on point. The Lunar Flare for follow-up too has just been incredible this whole entire time. And we do have another curse. And so far, we see going back a little bit on side of Relics. They don't want to overcommit here. At this point, it's how do we throw this game? And they don't want to do that. I'm sure they're feeling, that they just want to play it safe, especially since they are on the back foot. This is an elimination match.
You got to make sure you don't want to lose this one here. Although none of the keeps in the second layer has dropped just yet. But it is going to be very tricky if you start losing fights. The enemy starts getting level lead and hold that top. Then the Flare connecting again. There goes also the Starfall and the Divine Shield popping. The Entomb not really helping. Neat there will take the fall first.
Once again, a very early Divine Shield. They had to be able to get Wilo out, but unfortunately that's going to be difficult. There goes the 7-sided strike. Lunar Flare on top of it. But will they be able to take them out? No, not just yet. They're working on getting in there as we've got Murden in there, but the rest of them are like, hey, can you wait on just a second, man? Hold on.
Yeah, cool. Why are you so angry? We've got Relics knocking on the door already. The curse not really very effective, but the follow-up will be, and the Beetle again gets taken out. Anubarak is gone. The Trader King getting betrayed by the teammates there. Oh wait, Lyric's there. What am I saying?
Oh, so many traders, so little time. The noob down 30 seconds. A second keep falls. Are Relics going to go for it here? Are they going to try to win it? Looks like they were looking to back away here, but this gets so difficult. Having catapults push on any battleground is amazing. It makes it so much harder, but just the fact that they need to be out there contesting those tributes, and now they have to be watching 2 of their lanes to make sure they're not pushed up to the core. It's getting very tough here for Furious.
And also looking at the stomp talents for Relics, it's going to be rewind on both Tyrande as well as Muradin. And we have also got Indestructible for Johanna, both of the stomp for Vala, and for Karazim. That is 11-sided strike, boys.
11-sided. You can't call it the SSS anymore. What are you going to call it, Babel?
The ESS.
All right, that sounds good. Now we've got level 16 talents being picked up now for Furious Gaming, but 4-level lead. And once again, we're going to start seeing those boss rotations because they're there. In fact, they might not even wait for the next one to be up, because this boss will march up to, if I remember correctly, an exposed keep. And then they can just take it down very quickly. If they get a couple of takedowns there, easy game.
Yeah, they're just setting this up really well. The mid lane is down, top lane is down. Relics is behind Furious Gaming right now. And you're going to see a little flare not connecting, but a Starfall will. And the Condemn connects on 3 targets. Blanchio locks them in for more damage. There's still no 11-sided strike. Zaze, show me those Kung Fu hustle power. Not going to use them until the end. And he uses it on Sonya. The damage is real. Sonya gets erased off the map. Kobu pulls right back. He hits the last guy standing, and Uther, poor Uther gonna end a 5-man team-wide.
Relics have cleared the room here. They've said, we are representing our region. We're not going down here. We're staying in our group. We're taking game 1. And the court falling so quickly here. Furious, what will they do in the next game? Because they have to go to the next game to bring it back here in this series.
GG! That was my best tasteless impression.